Hi, my name is Stephen Kelly, Mason. I've been a Mason for a good part of 35 years, and during those 35 years I've laid brick, block, and stone, built fireplaces, patios, walkways, barbecues, lots of walls, and you name it, I'll build it. And what we're going to do is some stonework on this wall right here. And this is the stone we're going to use. And basically all stonework is like a big puzzle. 1,000 pieces, you just put it together, and there's always a stone there. You have to do very little cutting if you have a nice big pile like this. And just lay it out along here. $2. Cotton gloves. Works great with stone, really grips it wonderfully. They're very important when you do stuff like this because some of that stone is very, very sharp. Very important to have. Second, we have a trawl. They're usually about 11 and 11.5 inches long, and they're about 4.5 inches wide. And it should be straight for stone or brick. A block trawl is altogether different. It's too big. This is the one you want. Go down, probably cost you about $20 at the masonry yard. We have that. Second, you want to get yourself a little brush like this. Works really great. You always have to clean up afterwards. This is fine. Sledgehammer, 2.5 pounds. Some of them are 3 pounds. Very important when you get ready to break some stone. Chisels, like this. This is an 1.5 inch chisel. This is a small one, $5, $6. Flea market, 50 cents or $1. Same way with this one right here. Masonry line. It's nylon. Comes in about a 1,000-foot roll. Runs about $4. Margin trawl, little baby. You might even think about a little square. It's a little 1-foot square. It's really easy to carry and use. Make some marks on the stone. If you wanted to mark a stone, if you don't have a pencil, use your chisel. Anyway, I always carry a pencil. 35 cents at the store. Let's say I wanted to cut that corner off and give it to somebody to cut, or just to remember the cut. Draw it out like that. You have your mark, you can't go wrong. These are really important. If you want to just put it on a stone, check out the level. They're handy to have. And like I said earlier, just get yourself a 5-gallon bucket, put all your tools in there. Perfect. This right here is a 2-footer. Very important to have a 2-footer. Use it a lot in block work, small stuff, squaring and everything. This right here is 100 years old. I bought it in an antique shop in Denver, Colorado. And it's made by Mays. And I just recently found one in an antique shop here in Cannery Row that's only 1 foot long. It's the exact same level. And I paid $28 for it. It's my pride and joy. I won't bring it to this job. Brick hammer. I've had this for 30 years. Is a board, about 28 to 30 inches square, piece of plywood. That's for your mortar. This is what you call a mortar stand. If you don't want to buy one of these, they run about $35. If you don't want to buy one, just use a 5-gallon bucket, put it down, just like that. Put your board on it. There we have it. What we're going to do is mix up a batch of mortar for the stone. So you get yourself a wheelbarrow of about so. I'm going to put in 12 shovels of sand in here, 3 shovels of cement, and 2 shovels of fire clay, or it could be lime. I prefer using fire clay. Whatever the shovels of sand are, the cement has to be the same size shovel and the fire clay. And it's what we call a 4-to-1 mix. 3 cement, those shovels have to be the same size as the sand. Now 2 clay, about that much at a time. That side of the wheelbarrow, and bring it back. That way you evenly get it all mixed up. If you don't do it this way and mix it all evenly, it will ball up in little clumps and it just won't be any good at all. So take your time, bring it all forward. Okay, Daniel, now put in about 2 gallons of water. You don't want to overdo it and put too much water in, then you'd have to add more material, creating like an undertow. That's what the front of this wheelbarrow's for. All the way to the bottom. Okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't take long. 5-10 minutes, you have a whole batch. That wheelbarrow of mortar will lay 90 bricks. And every once in a while, when it builds up like that, just go. And always at an angle. Okay? Now I think that mortar is just about perfect. Let me lay a couple of these for you and get an idea. Okay, we want one right about here. Just lay your mortar out slowly. Take your time. Now let's search for a stone with a little bit of an angle right there and come over to about here. I think we have one right here. Fit right in there. See? There you go. Like that. And put it right into place. Just like that. Really nothing to it at all. If you just take your time, believe in yourself, you can do it. Something like about there, cross bonking it. And put it right into place. Just about like so. Okay, got a few over here. This one right here, I want to put in, I just picked all those out of there and just started putting them all together, just like that puzzle I was telling you about. This is Daniel, my helper, over here mixing all my mortar for me today. Well, I've picked out this one right here, this wedge, and we're going to put it right in here. So, we'll put a little mortar here, and we'll put a little mortar right there. A little bit here, and a little bit there, all the little angles. There we go. Fits perfect. Take your time, and you can do it. And we'll lay this one in right here. Right into place. Okay. Now we want one to fit right in there. Let's see how this guy will work out. Oh, that's going to be nice. That's a nice stone for that right spot. I think we'll back it right up to there. So get ready for a stone right here. Setting yourself up for the next stone. I believe this one will work right in there. Look great. Now we've got a few laid out right here. We'll put those guys in. Put that one in first. There we go. A little mortar right on the foundation there. Put a little up on the stone here. A little bit on the stone there. Move this guy right into place. Like that. The mortar that we're using, you can get it nice and sticky like that. It comes from the fire clay that I use in it. Let's put this guy right into place. Don't worry about the speed. It comes later. Look at that. Perfect. Let's see. Where would this one go? Maybe here? I think right there. That's the guy. Okay. Nice and clean. Now we'll do a little backfilling right here. That's what all those chips are for. Just fills it up, and then I put a little cement with it to make it strong. Just about like that. Now we'll put a little mortar on this stone right here. Right up underneath. Just like it was made for it. There you go. There. That area there, that'll look nice. There we go. One big giant puzzle. Take this stone and split it. Split pretty nicely. The whole idea is to make all this stonework as decorative as possible. Besides, it is an art. Let's try and find a stone for right about here. It's in there, and we make it decorative. Well, let me take this little square one right here, put a little mortar on it, and we'll put it right there. And we'll do that again with another stone about that size. So I'm going to have to look for it. Just a piece of the puzzle. Okay. Now we'll start searching. Got to be here. I think we found it. It's about right. We'll check it out. That's going to work very nicely. Put a little mortar on it. Put a little mortar on the stone right here. And up we go. Voila! That's it. Now we'll find one right for here. Put a little mortar in there. Right off the bat, you're not going to be able to sling this mortar around like I do. But it won't take long. All it is just a little bit of practice. Okay, measure out that spot. Between a 7.5 and an 8 would look real nice in there. Try to find it straight. Maybe come right off of the top of this right here, right over to that area there. Maybe if we knocked off the back of this, we'll be able to use it right in here. There she is. Can't beat a good brick hammer. Let's check it out. I'll make it a little shorter. If your mortar is made right, it'll stick to everything. It's right in there. That's all there is to it. Just take your time. You can do it. Just like me. This was Sir Winston Churchill's favorite hobby. How does that look? Not quite thick enough. Well, let's see. We'll lay a couple right in here. I'm staying away from this wall about 5.5 inches. That's what these little yellow lines are. Keeps me away because some of these stones are actually 5.5 inches thick, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, what are we going to go with? Who's next? I think we'll go with a point. Nothing different. I think that one looked nice. You went right in there like that. Maybe like this. Yeah, that'll be nice. Now this one wants to rock back. What are we going to do? We're going to take a chip, move it into the back until we get it exactly where we want it. Right there. Check the measurement. 5.5. Exactly what we want. Okay. Now we're going to try and find one to take up this wedge right here. So we just look in here. It's here. I think this might be it. This just might be it. Looks pretty good. So we'll put a little mortar down here. Take our time. Put a little mortar right here. Now, and we'll put a little bit here. And we're going to put it right in place. Right there. Using about the first 3.5 to 4 inches of your trawl and just cut it right out of there. A bit back there. Now, there it is. A little bit at a time. Let's go for this guy right here. Find something with an angle. That certainly isn't it. This one might be. That is it. I think I like that. Okay, back. We'll put a little mortar down. Just a little at a time. Not getting sloppy. Take your time. And we'll put a little bit on the head. A little bit there. I make it look so easy, but I've been doing it for 30 years. There. There. And right there. How about that? Let's check it one more time. Got to stay on 5.5 so we can make sure that this curve is exact. Now, I'm going to bucket of chips in those hollow areas back there where some of these stones are about 3 inches thick instead of 5.5. We'll just put a little bit of this stuff back there. Fill it up. we have lots of chips. It doesn't have to be the back wall completely filled with cement mortar. And we have another bucket here. We never run out of chips. Goes here. Okay, now we put some mortar in there to adhere to the chips and the wall, making it strong. And one thing I want to point out, and that's this right here. This is a wall tie. I put it in between the mortar joint of the block. When this is pumped solid, which it will be next week, this tie will hold, and this is for earthquakes, and it goes in between a joint on a stone, and believe me, it will hold this wall in place. And we put them about every 2 feet. Here in California, with the earthquake problem that we have, we need them. And we'll put a little bit right there. There. A little bit here. Okay, let's pick out another spot. I think right there. What are we going to do with that? We've got one big one, 2 little ones. I think we'll go with something about right about here. Would be nice. Looks like about 2.5 to 3 inches high. Let's see, maybe this one. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. After you develop an eye, you'll be able to walk right over like I do and just find it. Head joint, and a little bit on that side. Here we go. Putting it right into place, and then the first 3.5 inches of your trawl, just take it like that. Put it right in. There. Okay. Now I think it would be nice if we had a stone that went across here, right to this point anyway, cross bonding it all. We'll have to look. Let's take a measurement. Somewhere around 12, it could be longer. It could be even up to 15. Here's a 12.5. I think we'll go with it. Pretty good stone. A little mortar on that head. Fill your trawl about like so. This mortar is made right. You'd be able to pick it up and snap it like that. You can turn it upside down. It's not going anywhere. Here we go. Cutting it. A little bit on the end to get right under that joint. Nice and clean. There. Now we want one little one right for here. What we're gonna do, just might work. There we are. Slowly putting it into place. Now we're going to find one right for here, some kind of an angle. Maybe that would look nice right there. Let's give it a try. Let's see if we can fit that right in there. I think that looks pretty good. Right there. Cuff up the mortar right there. There. That's going to be just fine. And we'll let this area sit up for a little while. Always come back. Wow. I don't think we could get any better than that. I'm going to have to go with that one. So just put it right. One of the heavy ones. This job has 3 kinds of stone. This one right here is called a Montana mist, all the way from Montana. This right here is Carmel stone. And then we have what you call a Monterey cream. It's almost a match of the Carmel. It's light in color just like this. Right there. Man, perfect. Picking up the mortar, throw it right in there. A little bit of mortar in the back here, securing it. Down, have a look. Let's adjust this guy. Let's make it about like that. Try to keep it level up at the top since that edge is straight. We need a chip in here to hold it. Probably another one. There. Right into place. That's good. We'll measure. And that's out to 6. We better move it in just about there. There. Coming together. There we are. Okay. We'll go with that one right there. Maybe we'll just turn it up like this. Crying for that spot. There we are. Check it for 5.5. Right there. Looking good. Wants to fall. What am I going to do? I'm going to put a chip right down there. Right there. Perfect. Hold it right in there. Ooh, Montana mist. There we are. Let's check it out with a level. See what we got. See how it looks, how close it is to the level. Right there. Can't notice it right here, but if you was standing down there and look at that stone and look at its cock, then very important to get those chips in there. There we go. And then we'll backfill it with some mortar. That'll really secure it. Yeah. Right about now. Now that we've got a little mortar in there, backfill some of this other part of the rock work. There. Okay. A little bit more mortar to tie it up. There we go. All right. I'm going to put that trawl down for a minute. And we're going to go over to my bag and we're going to get a little stick that I use to clean stone. That and my little margin trawl. It's a miniature. And what we'll do is we're going to clean up some of this stone. I'll try it right here. Usually I wait for about 2 hours before I start scraping the mortar out, giving it that finished look like this. Right now, I'm going to show you. Just kind of do it like that. Where do you get one of these? You go into the broom closet and you saw off the first 6 inches of the broom handle. That's the best. You can't buy it. They make them out of metal. I like working with wood when I work with stone. Just like that. And just clean it up. Just about like that. Not much. That allows the air to get to it and dries a lot faster. Because right now we're in the fall. Summertime, this would sit up really fast. That you wanted to build, and it was 3 feet high, roughly like this, and 100 feet long. You think it was going to take you forever. Well, let's see, 3 feet high, 100, that's 300 square feet. If you did 20 square feet a day, it would take you 15 days. There. And after that sits for a little while, then you take a nice brush and you brush it off. I don't want to do it right now because I don't want to smear it. And if I brushed it, it would smear. And another thing is when you're working, try to have a partner or somebody working with you. And if you don't, you always try to park your wheelbarrow and your mortar in a shady spot. Because if the sun shines on that for over 20 minutes, it'll start setting up and it'll get hard. You got to go down there with a hoe, put a little bit of water in it and mix it up. Keep it soft and throw a board over it. Well, there you have it. We're at the end of the job. Now you know exactly what you're going to need. The tools, the mixing of the mortar. Don't be afraid. Just move forward. Take your time. You can do it.